Innovating Education Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.
Welcome to Learning World. This week, as ever, we will be touring the globe, bringing you news stories all about education. We go to South Korea, Spain and Japan to look at the vital role families play in their child's learning process. South Korea is considered a highly competitive society in the workplace as well as in school. Success in education is so crucial to some families that they send their children to evening private classes known as Hagwons. Let's watch this report.
Song-gi is 11 years old and works hard at school. But she also works hard at her Hagwon, or evening school. Like many other children in South Korea, she does extra classes in maths, English and Korean. In fact, Korea is so competitive that 8 out of 10 Koreans go to private classes after school. But not everyone thinks this is a good idea.
There's been an explosion of Hagwons because mothers want them. If they don't send their children, the mothers worry. If the other children learn at evening school, Korean mothers don't want their children to fall behind. They want their own children to be the best.
A fleet of Hagwon minibuses circulates through the town every afternoon, collecting their pupils. If a child gets a wrong answer, they're punished. At another Hagwon in Seoul, the inscription by the door reads, "For our children to be tomorrow's leaders."
Spring, summer, winter, fall.
What revolves?
Winter is my birthday and I like snow fight.
Okay.
Finally, Song-gi finishes her evening school and goes home. Her mother pays around €190 a month for this extracurricular schooling.
I think she is tired. It's tiring to finish school at 9 o'clock. Usually they come home at 5 or 6 o'clock. But for children in the last year of primary, it's exhausting. But these extra classes are necessary. And even if I don't want to, I must send her to them.
South Korea is always at the top when it comes to international academic achievement tables. But at what price?
Our next report takes us to Spain to see how a set of new initiatives in a school in Seville is helping beat absenteeism and resolve conflict between different communities studying there. Getting parents stuck in has been an integral part of the action plan.
Here in Seville, in Spain, the Andalusia school is in a poor area. 90% of these under-12s are from the Roma community. Absenteeism used to run at 50%, and until 2 years ago, the teaching staff were often victims of violence. Often the root cause of the problems were integration problems between the Roma and the local populations. But the creation of a learning community involving all the parents, local associations, professional groups, institutions and charities was the key to changing everything.
We work with the children in small mixed groups. With them could be another teacher, a volunteer, a parent. Our role as adults is to encourage interaction between the children. All the adults do all the activities with all the groups of children. So in an hour of learning, they do far more work than if the children had stayed together in one class group.
Unsurprisingly, academic results have improved.
Since we started the learning communities, we have a very high attendance rate, 25, 26, 27 out of 27, every day.
The learning community hopes that they can do away with absenteeism forever.
We'd like to reduce absenteeism to 0%. It's hard, but that's our aim. We want families to see that school is a real possibility for their children. We want them to see it in a new way. School can contribute to improving the whole area and transforming it.
Our final report takes us to Japan, where an organization is helping fathers reconsider their work-life balance and spend more time with their children.
In Japan, fathers often work up to 60 hours a week. There are no legal overtime limits, so the men work all the time and the women bring up the children almost alone. Tetsuya Ando is a father of 3 and has left his job to set up Fathering Japan, an organisation which helps men who want to spend more time with their children.
Until now, men went to work and women stayed at home. I grew up in that system. But now, with the economic crisis and more women working, the family model has changed. The role of men has changed too. Men are doing more childcare, but even if they want to help more, they don't know how to, or they're too busy at work. Many men are confused about this, so I started this association to help them.
The population in Japan is ageing. Average life expectancy is 78 for men and 85 for women, but the birth rate has been declining for 2 decades. Ando says he doesn't want to create good dads, but smiling dads.
That's it for now from Learning World. But remember, you can find all our reports online at euronews.net/Learning World. Wait for us, we will be back next week.
Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.